Pulled over.
How fast?
167, was it?
One of the actors who did stunts in the well-known Jackass movies has died. 34-year-old Ryan Dunn was killed yesterday near Philadelphia after his Porsche went off the road and burst into flames. Police say Dunn may have been speeding. A passenger was also killed.
I don't know what it is about so many famous people being killed in Porsches. Maybe it's a testament to how much people like driving these cars fast, but many of them should be doing it on the track, and certainly not after a night of drinking, as was the case with stuntman, actor, and writer Ryan Dunn.
I was born in a small town called Medina, Ohio. I grew up a pain-in-the-ass kid who annoyed everybody around me.
Ryan's the guy in high school that was like the bad boy that I wouldn't want to date, but would always want to have pay attention to me. As in, like, I would want to be on the good side of Ryan Dunn.
Would you like to meet Jess?
He scares me sometimes.
Ryan is best known for the Jackass TV shows and movies, for which he was one of the writers and performed on-screen stunts and antics.
Line nut high five is the attempt to jump up in the air, running at another dude, spread your legs, and then knock your nuts together. But it never worked. Surprisingly difficult.
He also appeared in a number of movies, with his first being Lifeform in 1996, and his most notable movie being Blonde Ambition, which starred Jessica Simpson and Luke Wilson, in which Ryan played the character Griswold. Ryan was also the host of a TV series called Proving Ground, which recreated famous scenes and concepts from movies and video games.
I think you got 8 seconds in you, but I hope you make it 10.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's gonna count down.
5, 6, 7, 8, down! You're at 7 at best! At best, you're at 7! Oh, that was
Try it on yourself. See if you can do it yourself.
Stop! Oh, it went through my ear!
I think that is perfect.
Yeah, that is amazing.
I think that's a pass.
Oh, that was good. Oh,
But in addition to his successful career in the entertainment industry, Ryan was a huge automotive enthusiast who collected cars, raced cars, and competed in events like the Gumball 3000.
All right, this is my itty-bitty little race car from 3 years ago. Not much room in here. You sit like this, like you're in a go-kart. This is what I like to refer to as my babe magnet. It's a 72 DAF 46. I only know of 3 other people in the country that have one, and trying to get it fixed when it's broken is literally impossible. So most of the time I'm pushing this around or sitting in it and looking really good. This would be my all-time favorite car I own. I've had it for a few years. I searched for it forever, and I finally found it. It's a European spec, original model M5. But unfortunately, because again, I have a reoccurring role that I play where I'm an idiot, took it around a turn and both front wheels fell off, because that's normal, and I hit the embankment and destroyed the whole thing. So it's been about 3 months of rebuilding and a few tears and 0 laughs, but here it is in all its crushed glory. This is my daily driver. Unfortunately, I'm not daily driving it right now because I blew up the engine again. This is what I go through because I'm generally an idiot and I destroy everything I touch. So this is a brand new engine from BMW. If you have a chance to blow up an engine, I'd suggest don't, because they're expensive. This is the new race car. We're prepping it now for this year's 12-hour endurance race, and hopefully we won't be landing in 5th or 4th or 3rd. We'll be landing in 1st, or else I'd be very upset. That's me. This is our small race car, the 135, but it's still a twin turbo and it's still pretty damn fun. This is what happens when you hit a wall. This is my training race car for licensing and stuff, and I'm fixing the brakes on it right now. It's generally a big pile of crap, and it looks stupid too, but it's good around the track and it's easy to control. Some of my project bikes here, old Cafe Racer, 72 CB750.
Take a little video clip here. Hey, Seth, this is Ryan Dunn. Here at Turkey Hill in Somerset. Got his beautiful Porsche.
Before I made this video, I had no idea who Ryan Dunn was, but from all of the research I've done, my impression of him is that he was a genuine and charismatic person. But he was also a person who was in a tremendous amount of pain, which caused him to be incredibly self-destructive. But instead of lashing out at the people around him, he chose to be kind to them. And instead of being angry at the world, he did everything he could to make people laugh, even at the cost of his own well-being. Or should I say, especially at the cost of his own well-being.
For Christmas, I was hanging out with my grandmother in Cleveland, Ohio, and she's like, you know, you always told me that you were going to be an entertainer. You always want to make people laugh. And I guess I go back to that. The lack of talent in anything other than the ambition to make somebody laugh has brought me here. There's things that I wouldn't want to do again just because the emotional turmoil, like when I did the snake river jump in the last movie. It was like 3 days of just worrying about it. I really thought I was going to die on it. And then I had to, for 3 days, prepare myself for death. So literally in my head, I was like, all right, I'm going to die. That's what I'm going to do. Just because I just pictured being impaled by this stupid little metal thing.
No, not. I was a little bit.
So the physical pain is far outweighed by the mental pain.
If you're new to my channel, I publish original automotive content. So if you're not subscribed yet, click below to subscribe. And be sure to click the notifications bell so you can be notified about my latest videos. And while Ryan usually dealt with his inner demons in more constructive ways, like performing crazy stunts on TV, he was also a habitually reckless driver. And the fact that he drove fast cars only amplified the problem. And Ryan racked up nearly 25 driving violations, which included speeding, reckless driving, and driving while intoxicated.
Note to self, don't get in a golf cart or car or anything with Ryan driving.
Abe, I might as well break you the news. Your car's gonna be missing for a few days.
No, it isn't.
I told Ryan Dunn he could use it.
Why would Ryan Dunn, the person who has flipped more cars in his lifetime than Evel Knievel, take my car?
Ryan's love of driving fast, partying a little too hard, and his self-destructive behavior would culminate on June 20th, 2011 in Chester, Pennsylvania, when he was drinking with friends at a place called Barnaby's. It's believed that Ryan only ordered himself 2 to 3 Miller Lights, but over the course of the night, fans were continuously bringing him shots, and his total number of drinks may have been as high as 7.
Jackass cast member Ryan Dunn has died. Police say Dunn and a passenger in his 2007 Porsche died early Monday. West Goshen Township Police said the passenger still hasn't been identified.
Ryan and friend Zach Hartwell left Barnaby's at roughly 2:30 a.m. to drop Zach off at his house, and as they drove down Route 322 in Chester County, which has a posted speed limit of 55 miles per hour, Ryan accelerated his GT3 to a speed that police estimate to be between 130 and 140 miles per hour. Moments later, Ryan lost control of the car and veered off the side of the road and into a guardrail, which launched the car into a grove of trees. The GT3 plummeted through roughly 40 yards of smaller trees before hitting a much larger tree and bursting into flames. The cause of death for both men was determined to be a combination of blunt force trauma and thermal trauma. This means that once the car caught fire, they were either unconscious or too injured to exit the vehicle, and they were ultimately killed by the fire. The bodies of both men were so badly damaged that Ryan had to be identified by his tattoos, and it would be several days before anyone was able to identify Zach Hartwell. Toxicology reports show that Ryan's blood alcohol level was 0.196, twice that of the state's legal limit of 0.08. No other substances were found in his bloodstream. Here is an audio clip that is believed to be communications between firefighters and other emergency response teams after the crash.
West Goshen Township, an auto accident. GT3 ammo, second call, Pottstown Pike, north of Westchester Bypass. Okay, call's on the east. The accident's going to be on 322 Bypass at Pottstown Pike. Vehicle's on fire. I've upgraded the assignment. 72 engine 61, medic 91 is now due. Route 322 Bypass at Pottstown Pike, West Goshen Township. An auto accident, vehicle's on fire.
I copy, stand by. Obviously they found somebody.
Sounds that way.
47 is going to SCP. Also, we're going to need the coroner for at least 2 so far.
Legions Command, copy. Confirmation.
Engine 53. Stay close to 6-1. They might need your water. I'm out.
Roughly 1 year after the accident, the parents of Zach Hartwell filed a lawsuit against Ryan Dunn's estate and the bar where they were drinking. The lawsuit asked for unspecified punitive and compensatory damages, but the outcome of the lawsuit was never made public. The car that Ryan was driving was a 997.1 generation Porsche GT3 that was purchased in 2007. It was designed for high-speed driving on racetracks and has an excellent safety record. Ryan's car had been modified, but we're not sure of the extent of the modifications. TMZ notes that it was fitted with aftermarket wheels from Vivid Racing, and Ryan had applied a red decal to the exterior. The car may have had other modifications as well, but the car itself or any modifications done to it would likely not have been contributing factors to the accident. And in a situation where an intoxicated person is driving a car nearly 2.5 times faster than the posted speed limit, the driver is at fault. When looking at the details of Ryan Dunn's crash, it's hard to ignore all of the similarities to Paul Walker's crash. Both men were extremely charismatic members of the entertainment industry whose unpretentiousness and down-to-earth personalities made them relatable and garnered them a huge number of highly passionate fans. Both men were traveling on public roads in urban locations in track-focused Porsches that were driving exponentially faster than the posted speed limits. Both cars careened off the road, impacted a tree, and then caught fire, and in both crashes, the concussions of the impact were so intense that the men inside the cars were unable to exit the vehicles and ultimately burnt to death. One big difference between the two crashes is that Paul Walker was the passenger and not at fault for the incident, while Ryan Dunn was the driver and was ultimately responsible for the tragedy. And unlike the crash involving Paul Walker, where a number of people placed 100% of the blame on the car, blame for Ryan Dunn's incident was never placed on anyone other than Ryan. But given that Paul Walker's crash was only 2 years after Ryan Dunn's, the tragedy may still have been on people's minds, and the all too similar details of the two crashes, plus the lingering pain from Ryan's death, may have helped exacerbate anger towards Porsche after Paul Walker's death. Also, the Carrera GT that Paul Walker was riding in had gained a reputation as a car that is difficult to control, while the GT3 has a much better safety record and is much more stable when driven at high speeds. Unlike many people in the entertainment industry, Ryan Dunn was a genuine and honest person. He was deeply flawed and struggled with mental anguish and depression, and his openness with these struggles made him all the more relatable. And while he never became an A-list celebrity, his accomplishments were impactful. And even though his accident was 14 years ago, modern day reality shows are still being influenced by the work Ryan did. Thanks for watching, and for more automotive content that you cannot find anywhere else, click here to subscribe.
There's the Flying Nut High Five. Oh! 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 Oh!